7. Yuzashiyagakure streets. Sai was walking around the village with his teammates Torun and Fu, who were released an hour after he was released. They spent the night at the guest hotel with Storm watching over them. They were discussing about their lives, what could have happened if they were not kidnapped by Danzo. Sai told his teammates that he was an orphan and had a brother whom he was forced to kill. He told them that the Yondaime Hokage planned on adopting him and his brother Shin before he died. Sai loved painting and drawing. It was his passion that he took after his brother. During his spare time he would draw and paint but could not think of a title. When the seal was removed, his works improved and he started to think of titles for his art. His art was also his weapon in battle. With a brush, ink, and a scroll, he could draw various creatures to assist or fight for him in battle. Torun then told his teammates that he was an outcast from the Aburame clan. He also had no parents. When he was younger, he accidentally killed his parents because of his lethal bugs who started living on his body when he reached the age of 3. When his clan found about it, they decided to punish him by banishment from the clan instead of death, as the death of his parents were only an accident. Fu on the other hand was from the Yamanaka clan but was also made an outcast. The clan head, Inoichi, decided to offer him to Danzo. He had no other special abilities. Just the same mind-reading jutsu of his clan. Although he later found out that he was good at kinjutsu. The three noticed that most of the villagers were giving them odd looks, while some of them openly glared. They later realized that it was because they were from Konoha. They removed their hitates but it was already too late. That villagers have seen it. They could not blame them as they knew about Konoha's betrayal to Yuzashio. Sai, being one of the top-ranking root Anbu, had privileges to read all high-classified mission. When he read about Yuzashio's supposed downfall, he told his teammates about it. His teammates just had more reason to hate Konoha when Said told them about it. They were already thinking of staying in Yuzashio and applying there as inhabitants. Here they could continue being a shinobi and this time they will be able to do everything at their own will. If we join Yuzashio, what about Root? Asked Torun. You can't be really thinking of going back, are you? Replied Fu. No, of course not. I was just thinking of our other batchmates. They too were being controlled. Maybe we could ask the Uzukage for help, said Sai. Yeah, she seems like a fair person. So we are going to apply as Yuzashio citizens and then ask for a mission to help other controlled root members? Torun said. That's pretty much it. I wonder if the other people who placed the seals on us are simply being controlled too, Fu mused. It's possible, agreed Sai. Alright. Let's go back to the hotel and think of how we are going to convince the Uzukage to let us stay here. The other two nodded and they headed back to their hotel. Uzukage Mansion. Hello, Naruto-kun. How are you doing? Kushina asked as she entered her youngest son's room. Minato followed inside and closed the door. Ka-chan. Tao-chan. I'm doing well. Konan-chan taught me origami. Look. I can make foxes. I'm trying to make them move. Nagato-san, Yahiko-san, and Konan-chan taught me about chakra with the help of Ni-san and Nei-chan. They also taught me some basic chakra exercises so I could make my origami move. That's wonderful, Naruto-kun, she said as she ruffled her son's hair, feeling proud. You really are a fast learner. I'm proud of you, son. We have decided to teach you basic stuff that are taught in the academy so you could catch up. In a few weeks the next term will start and you could join the academy, Minato said while beaming. Wow, I can't wait, exclaimed Naruto. Naruto-kun? We would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. K. What is it, Ka-chan, Tao-chan? Naruto-kun, how did you know about Narumi-chan's near-death experience? And who is this Kurama-chan? The boy in question looked at his parents with fear. What if they get angry? Kushina, seeing her son's worried look, tried to comfort her son. Naru-chan, we are not angry. Your Tao-san and I were simply curious. We are also worried of you. We've been hearing you talking to someone we cannot see. Please, tell us, baby. Naruto-kun. Tell them. And then I'll show them the memories too to make it easier to explain. Tell them from the day you discovered you are a Jinchuriki. Alright, Kurama-chan. I'll tell them, Naruto muttered while his parents waited. Ka-chan, Tao-chan, it started on the day I found out I was the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko. He then told his parents everything from the books he was reading about the shinobi wars that made him curious about the Uzumaki clan and the Rinnegan up to the point where he met Tobi sneaking into the kitchen. He then held out both his hands and stared at his parents, silently asking them if it is alright for him to touch their heads. His parents looked at him questioningly at first but agreed. Naruto then held his parents' heads as if he was praying for them as he closed his eyes. With the connection to the boy's parents now linked, Kurama channeled her chakra and shared the same memories she showed Naruto. She also showed the memory when she and Naruto first met. Excluding the part where Naruto fainted because she was naked. After she showed the memories, Naruto removed his hands from his parents' heads. The boy's parents looked dumbfounded and were silent for a few minutes, trying to digest everything that were shown to them. I can't believe it. The person whom I considered as my own brother put me under a genjutsu and made me seal a demon into my own son, Minato said while his voice cracked. He looked at his son with mixed emotions. He suddenly grabbed the boy into a hug while tears fell down his eyes. Naruto-kun, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. The boy returned the hug and patted his father's back. Tao-chan, it is all right. I'm no longer angry at you. I understand why you sealed Kurama-chan inside me. I do no blame you for every bad thing that's happened to me. Minato then nodded and chuckled at the affectionate name his son called the Kyuubi. Kurama-chan, heh. I never thought the Kyuubi was a female, Kushina murmured. Hey, Kurama. Are you listening? Why talk to my son while you never talk to me? I'm quite offended. She half-joked as she put a hand into her chest as if feeling hurt. Kurama-chan said that your seal was different from mine. While she was inside you and Mito-Aba-chan, the seal was so strong and all of her chakra was sealed away, while my seal lets a small percentage of Kurama's chakra combine with mine. Letting her connect to me, Naruto said. HMMMPH. Anyway, Kurama, we thank you for taking care of Naruto. We thank you for keeping him alive. Kurama-chan says it is no problem. Since she considers me as family. Thank you, Minato and Kushina both said. Kushina then changed the subject as she noticed the book that was half hidden under Naruto's pillow. So, Naru-chan, what have you read so far? She said indicating at the book. Oh, I was only able to read our clan's history with Konoha. That's where I stopped to have something to eat and met Tobi-san. You really are amazing, Naruto-kun. As a parent, I'm proud that you're very interested learning a lot of things even at your young age. You do remind me of Karin. She's just the same as you, too curious about everything. Karin. I remember seeing her name. She was the last person who signed the book before I did. Yes, it was I who assisted her when she wanted to learn about our clan. I do believe you'll meet her when you go to the academy. I can't wait to see her. How does she look like? Why, Naruto-kun. Are you interested in her? Minato joked. Tao-chan. You are just like Nei-chan and Ni-san, Naruto whined. Well, Naruto-kun. She's cute. She wears glasses. While your eyes are blue, hers are a pinkish red. I'm sure you'll like her. And she will definitely like you too. You're just the same, Kushina said. Ka-chan. Not you too, the boy pouted while his parents chuckled at their son's reaction. Minato ruffled his son's hair while Kushina picked the boy up. Come on, Naruto-kun. Let's have something to eat. Yay. Ramen. Kanahagakure. It had been almost a week since their village was attacked. Surprisingly, no more attacks followed. Not even minor villages or some bandits or thugs dared. They probably heard about the Konoha villagers' disease and were afraid of getting infected, so they wisely kept themselves away from the village. The effects of the laxatives have finally started to wear off. Although they are still feeling weak, they were thankful as the epidemic had finally come to an end. The Hokage had ordered everyone to begin working for the village's repairs and cleaning. Hyuga clan main house mansion. The Hyuga elders along with the current head, Hayashi, was currently in a meeting. They just finished discussing about the mysterious attackers and were now talking about their own clan's problems. Hinata is too weak. She is too gentle. She doesn't show the characteristics of a future clan head, one of the elders said. Yes, she is. Also, have you noticed her eyes? It's as if she doesn't have the Byakugan, another one said. I have noticed that. I've been also thinking of making Hana be my successor instead, Hayashi said. But that's unfair. Hinata's the rightful heir, one of them defended. Yes, I agree that's quite unfair, another one said. How about we make her fight against a branch member? If she wins then we will consider keeping her as heir. If she loses then we make Hana be as your successor instead. Hinata will be branded with the caged bird seal and will be given to the branch house, Hayashi's father suggested. Everyone was silent while they thought of the condition. As someone from the main house, there was no doubt that Hinata would lose. The branch house had less opportunities and were only taught weaker versions of the main's techniques. All right then. Let us vote. Everyone nodded as they made their decision. In the end, it was a unanimous result. Hinata would fight a branch member. If she loses, she will be branded with the caged bird seal and will be transferred to the branch family. If she wins, she keeps her title as heiress of the Hyuga clan. Who is she going to fight? One of the elders asked. Hisashi's son, Niji, will be Hinata's opponent, Hayashi said. I see. So when are they going to fight? Let the village recuperate first. We will schedule the match in 2 days. Have both fighters prepare for their battle starting today so that they will be ready. If that's so, then let us call this meeting adjourned. I shall go now and inform Hanabi that she will be heir. Why, Hayashi-san, the result of the match has not even decided yet. We still do not know who's going to win. My daughter of a weakling is no match against Niji, Hayashi replied coldly as he stood up and left the room. Everyone followed suit and left the room, going to their own business to do. Uchiha clan compound. A certain raven-haired boy could be seen running on the compound streets. He just got back from the training grounds, training by himself as his brother was too busy for him. Ka-chan, the boy said as he stopped and entered their house. I'm home. I've done some training, he said excitedly as he removed his shoes and went to the living room. Sasuke-kan, look at you. You're so dirty. And your clothes. Why are they singed? His mother said as she fussed over her son. I've been trying to do the fireball jutsu. Sasuke grinned proudly. Heh. You will never catch up to me. While you are learning the fireball jutsu, I'll be learning a new stronger technique, a new voice said. Now, Sasame-chan. No need to say that to your brother. Why don't you teach him and help him with his training? Their mother said as she got Sasuke fresh clothes to wear. Sasame just scoffed while Sasuke stared at his sister. She and he were actually twins. Sasame was 6 minutes older than him. Although they were twins, they were strongly different and were opposite. Sasuke was a very kind and considerate boy while his twin was an arrogant bitch and has a superiority complex. Just like everybody else in the clan. He figured that maybe everyone, save him, were all stuck-up arrogant pricks. Sasame was just like their brother, Itachi. She too was also a prodigy, while Sasuke was always trying hard to catch up to his siblings. Although he still kept positive and cheerful even though his father doesn't approve of him, only seeing him as a weakling. So he constantly asked his siblings to train with him but to no avail. Itachi was too busy with his Anbu duties while his twin sister was too selfish. Realizing no one's going to help him with his training, he had gone off to the Uchiha clan's library and began studying all by himself. He had decided to train by himself to impress his family. His mother, Mikoto, had been worried about him and offered him help. He politely refused, stating that he needed to learn things on his own so that they would be proud of him. Mikoto returned and handed her son a set of fresh clothes. Go and change. Lunch will be ready. Your father and your brother will be arriving soon. Sasame, you help me prepare the table. Sasuke nodded as he took the clothes and went to change. Soon the door opened and Fugaku entered the house followed by Itachi. Tao-chan. Ni-san, Sasame greeted excitedly. Fugaku smiled warmly at his daughter and ruffled her hair affectionately. How's your training? He asked. It's great, Tao-chan. I'm almost finished with the Phoenix Jutsu. That's great. I'm so proud of you, my daughter. Sasuke returned to the dining room and heard his father and his twins' interaction. He felt sad and jealous as his father never praised him. He never addressed him as his son. His father told him to address him as Tao-sama while Sasame was free to call him Tao-chan or whatever she wanted to. He sadly pulled out a chair and sat down. Mikoto did not notice her youngest son's expression as she was busy preparing their meal. Itachi sat next to him and he was surprised when he was greeted by him. Hello Sasuke. The Anbu said, startling the boy. How are you doing? The boy felt happy and his spirits lifted up as his brother and idol inquired about him. I'm doing fine, Itachi-ni-san. I can almost do the fireball jutsu, Sasuke said while beaming proudly. The elder brother smiled at his brother for a moment. That's good Sasuke. But you will never be as good as your sister. You are a failure and a weakling. Remember that, Itachi said making the boy frown and bow his head feeling heartbroken. His brother just insulted him. Again. Why are you like that, Ni-san? You are slowly becoming like father. Why do you always approve of Sasame while you ignore and degrade me? Sasuke sadly thought as his vision became blurry, tears started to form, threatening to fall down. Ish a little Sasuke crying? Sasame teased as she heard her older brother insult her twin. I will not have a crying weakling inside this house, Fugaku roared angrily. Mikoto came to her youngest son to comfort him as Sasuke was now openly crying. Her husband got angrier and told her to leave the boy be. She reluctantly released her son from her arms and sat beside him as they ate their lunch. They sat in silence for a few minutes as they ate their food. As their stomachs slowly got filled, Itachi spoke. I still haven't seen it, father. How disappointing. The demon has gone away missing from our radar. It would seem that its stealth skills have improved. I'll have more Anbu look for it and double the efforts. That demon brat must be found before the Hokage-sama starts to realize its absence. If he does, the Uchiha clan would be more likely scorned by those damned elders if they were awake. If we lose Konoha's only Jinchuriki and the other nations find about it, we will be in great danger. The demon brat must be found immediately, Mikoto butted in. Sasuke, meanwhile, was listening to the conversation as he silently ate. He was quite surprised when he heard his mother say the word demon brat. Sasuke knew who his family was talking about. He had seen the blonde boy, whom the villagers called the demon brat, a couple of times getting chased and beaten by the villagers. Sasuke never saw the blonde as the demon, he only saw a poor, scared, and a lonely child who wanted and needed some love. He felt sorry for the boy as he saw himself in him. Like him, he just wanted to be accepted and be treated as a person. Sasuke actually wanted to be friends with the boy, but he never got the chance. He had asked his brother Itachi about him and asked why everyone treated him bad. He also told his brother that he felt sorry for the boy. When his twin found out about Sasuke feeling sympathy for the demon brat, she immediately told their parents and Sasuke got a beating from his father and a long scolding from his mother. Sasame teased him and called him a demon lover. After that day, he never asked anyone about the blonde boy again. Although he still felt sympathy for the boy and wished that he could help him defeat the mobs if he could only do the fireball jutsu. When he heard his brother and his parents talking about him going missing, he somewhat felt happy for the blonde as he knew that nobody from Konoha could harm him anymore. Now he could only pray and hope that the whiskered boy, wherever he was safe from any kind of harm. To Kigakure, a girl with green hair and orange eyes could be seen running in the streets. She was escaping from a huge mob who was trying to kill her. To her, this was normal as she got used to the villagers hating her and trying to murder her. Girl, this way. Quickly. Before they see us, a voice whispered. The girl listened to the voice and followed. She turned to a narrow passageway and saw 4 masked people waiting for her. Quick. Here, use this. One of them, who sounded feminine, said as she passed her a cloak. The girl took it and quickly draped it over her. The 4 unknown people motioned for her to follow. They ran for about 15 minutes and ended up in a clearing deep inside the village's outer forests. Here, the female said as she passed the girl a bottle of water. Thanks. She said as she quickly drained the bottle and asked for more. The masked female passed her another bottle while she gratefully took it. Are you all right? One of them asked. Yes. Thank you. The green-haired girl said. Why did you save me? What kind of question is that? Why did you save me? Everybody here in the village hates me. We know about that. That is why we saved you. We are not from here. Our leader heard about how Kigakure treated you and decided to save you. So here we are. She's telling the truth. I feel no deception. You can trust them. A voice spoke in the girl's mind. You know about me. Yes. You guys know exactly why the people hate me. Yes. Wow. And you are not afraid of me going on a rampage and start killing you off for no apparent reason? You do not hate me. Of course not. You see, the village we came from accepts people like you. We treat your kind as heroes for keeping them at bay. Are you guys from Kumo? No. But you said you do not scorn people like me. We do not. Yes. We're sorry, but we cannot tell you of our origin. But we assure you that we mean you no harm. We'd like you to come with us. You've seen how the people treated you here. Come with them, Fu. You will be safe with them. All right then. I'm coming with you. We will stay here for the night. We leave tomorrow. We'll create a blood clone of you to send it to the village so they will not get suspicious. So that's just your mission? To take me with you. The leader of the group raised an eyebrow, although the green-haired girl could not see it. Yes. Is there anything else you'd like us to do? Well, yeah. I kind of thought you might want something else from Kigakure aside from me. I mean, there's classified information, jutsus owned by this village, and some other useful stuff that can be used against them in the future. Well, our task was to find you and take you with us. We cannot do anything else aside it. Yeah, I know that. I have a proposition for you then, which both ends will actually benefit your village, the way I see it. And what is that? I will come with you. But, before I do, you will help me steal Taki's most prized possessions and kinjutsus including the hero's water, she said. The four-storm got silent. She continued. I know where those stuff are located. Also, the hero's water, I believe, will be ready for harvest tomorrow after its 100-year cooldown. I'll lead you to the place where Taki keeps the gathered hero's water as well. The green-haired Jinchurika's rescuers widened their eyes upon hearing the girl's request. They were silent as they thought of the consequences if they agreed to it. The four talked to themselves. Well, damn. It is a good offer. Well, yes. We're talking about acquiring classified information here. Plus we're having Taki's most prized jutsus. And the hero's water too. Well, it is part of the girl's deal. We take them, the girl comes with us, and our mission gets completed. The Uzumaki will be pleased. All right. We agree to her deal. All right. They agreed and they all turned to the Nanabe Jinchuriki. The leader spoke. All right. We will do it. We will take this village's most prized possessions and forbidden techniques including the hero's water. Yes. I'll help you collect them. We prepare today. We'll take everything we need tomorrow and leave immediately once we have what we want. By the way, what is your name? My name's Fu. Although I do not have a surname. I'm an orphan. We understand that. Most people who are like you lived in isolation. But do not worry, once we get you out of here, you will have your family to call. Thank you. You're welcome, Fu. Now, let us make plans. Sunagakure. A red-haired boy could be seen on the balcony of the Kazukage's mansion. He was currently reminiscing the events that he have experienced in his life. Gaara was a very kind boy. He liked to help those who were in need without asking anything for return. All he ever wanted was to make a lot of friends since he really have no one to call as a friend. He never understood why those people he was trying to help were very afraid of him. The first time he experienced a weird incident was that time when he tried to help capture a boy's pet eagle that escaped its cage. As he was trying to reach for the bird that perched on a roof, the eagle started attacking him viciously. He felt too scared as he was only 3 by then. He tried to cover his face from getting scratched. And then he blacked out. To everyone's surprise who were watching, a huge arm made out of sand suddenly came out from his right arm and caught the bird. The sand arm then began squeezing the bird and suddenly closed its hand, crushing the eagle, and splattering some blood and feathers. The boy who was the owner of the bird along with his family were watching the incident. They started to bolt away from the red-haired boy in fear. A few moments later Gaara regained consciousness and found himself alone. He looked around and noticed his right arm was bloody. He panicked as he saw his bloody right arm and began to cry. There was also this incident when he was 4. He went to the playground to play with the other kids there and make friends. But the story about him crushing an eagle was known to most children. When the other children saw him, they ran away in fear. Gaara then was left alone feeling miserable. He took a seat in one of the swings and began to cry. As he was busy crying, he did not notice 2 masked people approach him, both carrying kunes. Gaara looked up in time and saw a masked man swing a kune at him. His body froze in fear and was not able to move. His mind went blank. When he regained consciousness, he was confused to find 2 huge pools of blood. He also noticed that his face and his clothes have blood splatters. He ran back to his home to look for his siblings for help. Gaara's older siblings, Temari and Kankuro, watched their baby brother lean in the balcony in silence. Ever since Gaara was born, there had been assassination attempts on him. Temari and Kankuro eventually found out that it was their father who kept on sending assassins after their little brother. They considered confronting their father about it but decided not to. They simply agreed to themselves to keep their little brother from harm. They loved him and did their best to protect him and help him deal with his problems. Although Gaara started to become a little distant when he reached the age of 5. On his 5th birthday, he met the Shukaku for the first time in his mindscape. The Shukaku then tried to convince him that it was his mother. The Shukaku told him that she was the one responsible for him staying alive after numerous attempts on his life. It also told him that it was his father who wanted him dead. Gaara then believed his mother. Since then, they had a mental link and his mother would constantly talk to him. Although he was scared because 7 months after they met, most of the time she would just scream in his head and tell him to kill everyone who does him bad. It was his kind and loving nature that helped him keep his sanity and kept him from going into a murder spree. He was starting to doubt of the Shukaku and thought if it really was his mother. Thankfully, he heard about the Uzukage wanting him to stay at Uzashio. He was told that he will stay there for at least 5 years, along with his siblings. He was excited at the prospect of having friends in a new environment where people would not hate him or be afraid of him. He was brought out of his thoughts when he heard movement. His sand armor immediately went up and got ready for a fight. Whoa, calm down, Atato. It's just us, Kankuro said while raising his hands into a surrender. Oh, forgive me, Nisan, Nei-chan. I got startled, Gara said while bowing. It is all right, Gara-kan, Temari said as she reached out for her little brother and hugged him. So what have you been thinking of lately? You seemed so silent. Has the Shukaku been bothering you? I was just thinking of our trip to Yuzu Sahagakure. The Uzukage said that her son is just like me. I can't wait to see him and become friends. Temari and Kankuro smiled upon hearing him. Do not worry, I'm sure you will be great friends. Yeah. So when are we leaving? I want to get out of this place already. Shukaku's starting to give me headaches. She's been talking to me non-stop about murdering people. Don't worry, Gara-kan. We will be leaving in 3 days. Just hold her off for now, okay? Kankuro said as he ruffled his little brother's hair. Okay, Gara replied, smiling at his siblings. The Uzukage secretly talked to him and his siblings and told them that they planned to fix Gara's seal so that he will be able to interact more with people without the Shukaku screaming in his head. For bloody murder. The siblings then went back inside the mansion to have lunch. Uzashigakure, council meeting. Uzukage-sama, I and my friends offer you our undying loyalty. We would like for your approval to let us join your ranks. Also, under your watch, we would like to come back to Konoha to free our comrades. We strongly believe that they will be a good addition to Uzashigagakure's forces. We intend on making up a story to make most of the root members come to an agreed location where you will be waiting so that you could subdue them and remove their seals. We will help on persuading them to join your cause, Sai said as he and his 2 companions bowed their heads to the council. The council members along with the Uzukage, Minato, and Kid talked to themselves. These council members mostly came from clans that did not originate from Uzashio. Most of the clan heads came from various shinobi villages and hid themselves from their original villages. They repopulated with the other clan members that also came from another village, making their offspring the ultimate juggernauts. Their great-grandchildren have now multi-bloodlines and they secretly work for Uzashigakure while they are hidden in the shadows of their great-grandparents' former villages, keeping a watchful eye. The council members group are unknown and only the Uzukage and the former Uzukages knew about their ancestry. Authors note thanks and credits to Like a Pro for the idea for the council members. After about 10 minutes of talking, they have agreed to let Sai, Torun, and Fu to join Uzashigagakure's forces and will be under probation for a month as genins. If they pass, they will be inducted to the academy and will learn of Uzashigagakure's teachings for 6 months. After they are taught, they will graduate and will be promoted to the rank of Chunin. Then they will be finally allowed to return to Konoha and have the remaining Root Anbu members go to an agreed location where they will be ambushed and have their seals removed. If the freed person chooses to join Uzashigagakure, they will undergo the same process as the first 3, Sai, Torun, and Fu, had. Otherwise, if they chose not to join Uzashigagakure and remain loyal to Konoha, they will be executed. We thank you for your kindness, Uzukage-sama, Yondaime-sama. We swear that we will do whatever we can to help Uzashigagakure and to return the favor you have given us, the 3 former root members said as they bowed their heads in gratitude. Welcome to Uzashigagakure, Sai, Torun, Fu. Please follow Kid and he will lead you outside. You will be given a whole month of free time. Do as you wish. The Uzukage said as she raised her hand, ending the council meeting. Please follow me, the storm commander said as they got out of the room. Here are your passes. This will let the villagers know that you are on probation. This will also be your ticket to be able to buy something from shops. Just present it to them at the counter. Enjoy your stay. I hope that you will prove to be a great addition to Uzashigagakure's forces after a month. Thank you, Kid-sama. We'll take our leave, the 3 said as they took their passes and bowed. Kid Sunshine to the Storm HQ as the 3 walked away. Uzukage's mansion, Naruto's room. The Uzumaki clan are known to the world as Funjutsu masters. They feared us because of our efficiency with it. A Fun master who is a non-Uzumaki are only at an adept level compared to an Uzumaki. This is why our clans hailed as Funjutsu masters. Sealing is just one of our basic abilities. One of our secrets is the Rinnegan. Nobody else from Uzashigakure knew about our sacred Dojutsu. Those who came from different villages that have encountered the Samsara Eyes have died in battle. Naruto skipped the Rinnegan part as he have already read its info from another book. He scanned to the next chapter and read something about another secret. Kaiten, or also known as blood release, is another secret of the Uzumaki clan. This is considered as kinjutsu as it requires blood sacrifice from the user. The Kaiten is one of the ancient jutsus that were used during the time of the Sage, where royal creatures known as vampires were at large. It had been passed down to the Hagoromo clan and until now, we Uzumakis use it. Most Kaiten jutsus have been used along with the art of Fun. Seals become more deadly with the aid of Kaiten. While other non-Fun jutsus are blood-controlled, these techniques could be used to control the bodies of the enemies, use another person's blood to heal the user, or use it for rituals such as summoning. Naruto turned to the next page and read some of the strongest Kaiten jutsus. On the very first paragraph of the page, there was a warning. Descendant, it is highly required that you should become a Jonin first before you begin practicing the art of blood relays. Bloodbending allows the user to control another body of a living creature. The user becomes technically a puppeteer as he could will the victim to move and make it do whatever the user pleases. He could also use the blood to run into different directions at high speeds and make the body of the victim explode. To be able to perform bloodbending, the user must be a proficient Suiten user first as blood is technically also liquid but denser than water. Vampire's bite allows the user to suck the victim's blood, turning it into positive chemicals that heal the user and also replenish chakra. Vampire's seduction, the victim becomes devoted to the user for an amount of time, depending on the amount of blood the victim intakes from the user. The user has to feed the victim more blood if the user wishes to prolong the seduction. Blood summoning allows the user to summon creatures such as gargoyles and bats to aid them in battle or other situations. Those under the effect of the vampire's seduction can also be summoned. There were plenty of other Kaiten jutsus but Naruto decided to skip them in the meantime as he could not perform the art yet. He turned to the next chapter and read it. Sirens are ancient creatures that dwell underwater. These creatures are also masters of the Suiten. Another thing that made them known for are their voices. They use their voices to sing a melodic tune that could hypnotize their enemies, making the victims easier to kill as they become defenseless once they are under their jinjutsu. Sirens have been long friends with the Uzumaki clan. They have their own civilization underwater and each and every one of them are entitled to help should Uzashigakure require their assistance. Sirens could also be summoned using the summoning jutsu once the user have become a fully pledged genin. Naruto continued to read the book about sirens and learned more about them. When he was finished, he turned to the next chapter. Dragons are the personal summons of the Uzumaki clan. Each dragon becomes automatically bound to one Uzumaki clan member. In order for the Uzumaki Ryu blood pact to activate, the Uzumaki clan member must be brought to Terra and presented to Wadatsumi, 3 days after the Uzumaki clan member's birth. Once presented, Wadatsumi, the god of dragons, will decide on who will be the Uzumaki clan member's dragon partner. The Uzukage's family have the liberty to summon more dragons besides their personal summon. Those who have the Uzumaki Ryu pact will receive a mark on their shoulder proving them as one with the dragon clan. Summoning a dragon requires a lot of chakra. The chakra required to summon boss summons such as Gamabunta, Katsuayu, and Manda are 24 times more in order to summon a dragon. This adds a reason why the dragon contract is exclusive only to the Uzumaki clan, since our clan are born with a very huge chakra pool. Damn. If that cursed village did not kidnap me, I would have my own dragon summon already, Naruto shouted in exasperation. Whoa, Naruto-kun. Please calm down. Kurama told him as she freaked out for a moment that her host might get really angry and transform into a Kyuubi again. I'm sorry Kurama-chan. I just got I hate Konoha. The boy said as he rubbed his head. You know, you could ask your parents about your dragon summon. They could arrange a meeting with Wadatsumi-sama. Alright, I'll ask them later, Naruto said. A few moments later there was a knock on the door. Naruto opened it and revealed Konan, Nagato, and Yahiko. Hello, Naruto-kun. How are you doing? Konan said as she hugged the boy. I'm doing great, Konan-chan. I've been practicing making origami move with my chakra. That's good to hear. Now, let us get back to your training. The three Jonins spent their afternoon training Naruto. Nagato taught him about the concept of ninjutsu while Yahiko taught him about basic funjutsu. Konan helped him with the origami mastery. On Kaon location. Konoha's defenses are still weak at the moment. I need you to go there and become my spy. Offer them your services and join their ranks, a snaky voice said. It will be done, Tao-sama, replied a female voice. Good luck, Enko-chan. Iwagakure. A short old man could be seen sitting behind his desk, reading a highly classified document. When he was done, he put the folder down and cleared his throat, calling for the people hidden inside his office. Get me Kuratsuchi and Akatsuchi. Hi. 10 minutes later, a tall man and a girl with short hair entered the room. Tsuchikage-sama, you called, the tall man bowed. Anoki Jiji. What is it that you want? The girl asked cheerfully. Here, read this, the old man said as he showed the two the folder he was reading earlier. They curiously took it and silently read its contents. Name Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Age 4 or 5. Location Konoha. Description known in his village as the Kyuubi brat. Jinsho Yuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko. Sealed to him by the Yondaime Hokage when he was newly born the night the Kyuubi attacked Konoha. His parents are Minato Namikaze, who was also known as the Yellow Flash, and Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, who was known as the Red Death. Naruto had been living his life as an outcast, and if compared to how most Jinsho Yurikis are treated, the boy's life in Konoha was worse than all Jinsho Yuriki's life combined. We also believe that the boy has an unknown Kekkei Genkai that is dormant. Wow, Gigi. Where did you get this? The girl asked. From our spies in Konoha, of course. They have discovered who the boy's parents are. Most of Konoha have no clue that he is their Yondaime's son. Funny how they treated their hero's legacy. The Tsuchikage said while chuckling to himself. He's kinda cute, the girl remarked as she stared at the boy's picture. It's such a shame he's so lonely. He could spend some lonely time with me when he gets older. Hehehe. Anyway, the old man said, gaining the girl's attention. I'm sending you two to infiltrate Konoha. Retrieve the boy and bring him here to Iwa. Try not to harm him. We need to gain the boy's trust and add him to our forces. When he's old enough, we'll pair him to our strongest Kunoichis and we will have his bloodline, whatever it is. Ooh. I want to be his first wife, Kuratsuchi said dreamily while blushing. Heh. It would be ironic once we have him in our hands. We will turn him against Konoha. The way they treated him, no doubt the boy's already planning ways of their downfall, Akatsuchi said. Indeed. Anoki agreed. Anyway, I want him brought here unharmed. We need to gain the boy's trust. This will be considered as an S-ranked mission. Understood. Hi. Good. Now go and retrieve the Yellow Flash's son. Somewhere, guess the place lol. This one's obvious. Our spies say that Konoha's epidemic has finally come to an end. While they are still weak from it, I need you four to go there and do what we have failed to do 2 years ago, a heavy and raspy voice said. This time, make sure you bring the Hyuga heiress to me. Hi, Reikage-sama. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next video.